Once upon... No, wait, hold on. I don't want to start like that. Maybe something a little less stereotypical. Okay. A long time ago in a... No, that's bad. God damn it. Okay. Let's start again. One day in early October, King Elesander of Intania gathered his most trusted folks for a most important meeting. He held up a book to the people in the room and highlighted a specific page on it. On the page were the plans for a strange structure. Like two horns, it would protrude out of the water. The columns a brownish gold with a texture and quality like bismuth. Each column would be accompanied by sphere and cube-like objects. King Elesander was set on making the structure a reality, and with the help of mages, advisors and architects, they decided on a location for it, in the heart of Silver Spear Archipelago. Many resources and much effort was put into the creation of the columns, but it would finally be completed on October the 31st. On the 31st of October, the structure was finally complete. The king and his closest folks sailed out on their flagship, the Transylvania, an iron, sail-powered, paddle wheel and screw-propellered steamship, a beauty from yesteryear. Along with her, 3 escorts followed. Blade, captained by Abraham Van Helsing, a Transylvanian escort destroyer with powerful torpedoes and good maneuverability, with access to smoke generator, which it can hide allied ships from the enemy. Igor, a Transylvanian escort cruiser, commanded by Victor F. Einstein. With 14 guns, she excels at throwing an unending rain of shells at the enemies, setting them ablaze. And Jackal, a Transylvanian escort battleship commanded by Henry J. Hyde, boasts a high HP pool and powerful guns. Jackal is ready to defend the Transylvania until its last hit point. The morning sky was still dark, but fireworks lit up the otherwise still calm surroundings. All of a sudden, the strange book which had housed the plans for the structure reacted with it, and with a spark it came to life. The Transylvania suddenly started moving faster towards the cursed structure, suddenly disappearing into nothingness. Abraham Van Helsing gave commands to his comrades Henry J. Hyde and Victor F. Einstein to direct their ships towards the structure and to follow and find the king and his ship at all costs. Suddenly they passed and the sky became dark. They weren't in Silver Spear Archipelago anymore, and what had seemed to be just a monument was a portal into what seemed to be another realm. In front of them they saw the Transylvania, and everyone on it was unharmed. Far away they could see the portal which had so violently dragged the ship into it just a moment ago. The 3 ships decided to tow it back to the portal, in the hope of being able to exit through it the same way they had entered. The king and his escorts realized quickly, however, that they weren't alone. Catapults fired at them, and strange ships, seemingly appearing out of nowhere, assaulted them with full force, and the 3 defenders fought back with everything they had. As they approached the portal, the amounts of enemies escalated, and suddenly, straight out of the portal, a massive monstrous ship appeared. With 4 turrets and an eerie face on its bow, it threw out shells with a loud, unsettling roar, walloping everything in its path. The 3 defenders focused on it with everything they had, and just in time destroyed the foul ship. And the defenders made it back to the portal, alive. The king and his escorts have now been gone for a few hours. The incident has left the royal advisors dazed, and no one can agree on a plan or course of action. The fleet's best ships were sent out to the site, prepared for anything. Urashima, commanded by Mina Hurray, This destroyer was specifically designed to carry out reconnaissance missions far from the archipelago. Svyatozar, commanded by Ivan Kulibin, is the eyes of the fleet. With this cruiser's optical lenses, it can detect enemies even in the most poor weather conditions, and with its guns it can throw out a squall of fire at the enemy. The battleship Magnum S, commanded by Klaus V Tesla, is the lead ship of the Pallid class of battleships. These battleships carry the best repair teams of the whole kingdom and an ability to become invulnerable for a short amount of time. Nobilium, an aircraft carrier designed by the scientist Lazarus Centurio, carries aircraft and powerful auras, which have the power to seize the engines of the enemies and heal the ships of his allies. All of a sudden, a ship was spotted coming out of the portal. It was the king, and his escorts soon followed. But what also followed was a whole fleet of strange, wretched and terrifying ships hunting the Transylvania down. The fleet's ships opened fire, and the mages activated the towers and began closing the portal slowly. With the wretched ships, a green, revolting filth followed and spread, poisoning and killing all living things in its vicinity. As the onslaught continued, the defenders were attacked from behind, and one of the mage's towers succumbed to the filth. Suddenly, Hellsinger of the destroyer Blade noted the reappearance of the flagship of the filth, which would go by the name Rasputin. The defenders focused it, and it would soon once again be defeated. The defense of the archipelago would last for hours. Losses were endured, and with every single enemy destroyed, a little more hope was lit for the defenders, like a sunray in the darkness. As the filth approached the second tower, a mage warned the defenders. "This tower mustn't go down, for if it does, the filth shall be free to pollute and corrupt the rest of the archipelago, and possibly the entire kingdom." With no other choice, the defenders had to dive into the filth and defend the tower, even at the cost of their own lives. "The portal is soon shut. Hang in there for a few more seconds. It shall be closed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, the rest of the ships of the filth were destroyed, and the filth slowly withdrawn back to the portal. Silver Spear was safe once again, for now. That is the story of the king and the archipelago. It is said, however, that the story doesn't end there. Some accounts say that the ships of the filth kept creeping in during the days after the portal was closed and destroyed. Our heroes would realize that the part of the portal underwater was still intact, which was where the enemies creeped in from. They would have to design and construct innovative ships with an ability to submerge underwater. And with them, they would go back into the filth world and hunt down and defeat Rasputin one more time. That is, however, just a rumor and perhaps a story for another time. Anyway, I have been Mr. Flipwagen, and remember to stay awesome, keep flipping, and I'll catch you in the next video. Happy Halloween!